Loomis is God here, and I'm going to do a review of part 6 of Netflix's The Ranch. There are 10 episodes, about 30 minutes per episode, and I want to talk about it. I've been watching the show from the beginning, so I'm going to review this and got a lot of notes. So, if you have not watched it, and you don't want to be told about certain parts of it, don't watch this video until you watch it. I'm for those that can still watch this video without giving anything away. I'll just tell you, be prepared for a lot darker The Ranch. It gets real dark, so be ready for that. I'll give you a few seconds. Okay, now for those who don't mind the spoiling or have watched it or just want to know what the show is about. Well, okay, Rooster is Coates' brother. He is told to leave town by Mary's ex-husband slash new thing, and Rooster was her new thing. Mary is kind of like a trailer trash. But anyway, Rooster gets missing. Colt and the whole family's looking for him, and then they get a call from the police department. He's went off the edge curve, and there's no body recovered, but it just seems like it may be happening. The first episode there was a laugh track, but like the 2 and 3 episodes, they did not even play a laugh track. It got so dark where Colt was gonna go kill this guy that was Mary's boyfriend, and walking into the bushes, and his dad would follow him in there, and it seemed very Vietnam, because if you don't know, Coates' dad, Bo, was a Vietnam vet, and that kind of reminded me of this. And a lot of it, while I was watching it, I was going like, "This is MASH, man." How MASH, a '70s comedy that turned into a comedy drama, and they was really reminding me of that. How after like I think it was 4 seasons of MASH, from the laugh tracks and everything was kind of laugh tracks were chilled out, and the comedy was kind of put in the foreground, and the drama came more in. That's what I was getting the feeling of this. But this is the beauty of Netflix series that I have been loving. I love Netflix's series. Um, so we get past Rooster missing, and we also in that time Mary's running the bar, Rooster's ex, and there's money missing from the bar because Coates' mother discovers it. And oh, anyway, they discover that Rooster may not be coming back. So, replacement. Frank Burns replacement, seeming more like the MASH, and we are replaced with Luke Matthews. As in Luke, as in Skywalker, Matthews, more than one, is the way he says in the movie, and it's Sam Elliott's brother's lost son. And then Maggie, Coates' mother, is dealing with Mary taking the money and kind of trying to kind of feels like she's blaming Mary for all these problems that are happening. Like I said, there's a dark tone in this. After the 4th episode, the laugh tracks are becoming more back into it, and the jokes that Ranch are known for coming back. But after that, after those like 2 and 3 episodes, there's a dark tone, even with the comedy and the laugh marks that are marked in it, and I'll describe some of those for you. um, Such as when Luke is helping Colt and Bo fixing the pickup truck. The light bulb falls into the engine, and then the noise just sets them off, and it's PTDS. Another very dark theme that's thrown in there. He's a vet, Luke is a vet of the Iraq War, so some dark tones are really coming into here. Um, so after a while, Bo asks Luke to stay enlisted to help him on the ranch. Luke replaces Rooster. That's how I'm feeling here. Like Luke is the replacement for Rooster, and he even ends up dating Mary. Maggie starts to really blame Mary for Rooster's death and warns Luke not to be dating Mary because Mary brings the darkest times on the family. And Colt and Luke make a deal. Go on a stealing calf, Bo's lost calf, and they try to get back. So they bond a little. And during this time, Joanne disappears for 2 episodes, and Maggie. You almost think Maggie's living with Bo again. That's what just seemed like me, and that was a little of the inconsistency of the story. But we go on. It gets funnier and funnier through the episodes. Then we go to more dark tones as the PTES, where a smoke fire alarm goes off, and Dale is there, and Luke runs out of the building, and Dale and Bo start talking, and they know it's because Bo is a Vietnam vet, and they know there's some problems that he needs to talk and discuss. And during this time, Coates having problems with the ranch and selling the cattle. He really needs the money, and Abby um, is offered a schooling job, and she refuses the job. And Coat was kind of expecting under in the backgrounds, never be in the backgrounds of your wife. Always discuss stuff with your wife. That way you're safe. And she finds out he's been lying to her, and she doesn't really want to go back and teach. She wants to raise their kid that they just had, which their kid's name, surprisingly, is named Peyton. And let me see here. There is, like I said, a darker tone, and Coat ends up lying to Abby. So Abby, about the sale of the cows, he says that he has it set up to sell, but then she doesn't take the school job, and he has to confess to her. And Bo and Coat get in a fight because Coat feels like, hey, you're not helping me out. You're my father. You should be trying to sell these cows with your name so I can get a better price on it. It's for your granddaughter. And then there's more conflict. Like I said, a darker tone in this, a lot darker tone. Eventually, Mary sleeps with Luke and kicks him out of bed for finding out he is a Bennett bloodline. And so Mary hooks up with him again, and they start having a relationship. And Mary kind of gets fired from the bar because we learn she has a pill popping problem, and she's an addict. And both of her and Luke, after Luke has problems with the Bennett family, decide to leave for California. And that leads us into the last episode where Colt and Bo are at grips with each other because of the distrust. And guess what? Abby lives with the parents. And Luke's, before he leaves to California, still refuses to get help with Bo's help. And Joanne moves in with Bo, because Joanne shows up after, like I said, 2 episodes. Joanne shows up, and that's one of my only problems with this season was like we think Maggie's getting back in with Bo, and she's staying there, and Joanne doesn't show up, but then Joanne comes in for a few episodes, and then it's like Bo invites her to live with her. Well, her to live with him, and then that just kind of got mixed up where you didn't really feel like what's Bo? Is he getting a relationship with Maggie again, or a relationship here? We couldn't really tell that. But overall, as I said, it's a darker theme ranch. There are still a few laughs throughout the episodes, but a lot more darker MASH oriented. How MASH started getting a little darker, a little more drama, but still off off the charts with a great comedy now drama series. I really recommend The Ranch to everyone, so check it out. Tell me what you like. Always hit that subscribe and always hit that like. Thank you.